light up the lighthouse. And we did.
How deep is it?
Well, it's the depth. What happens is that the lens is, the trough's like that, and the lens is sitting in it like that, which forces mercury up the two sides along the bottom. So the mercury's probably up to about there.
Okay.
So it's displacing a lot of mercury, and that gives you your bearing to spin on. So yeah, so mercury would be somewhere around about there. If you took the weight off it,
it'd sink it down in that much.
Well, it's about 15 litres, so it's 190 kilograms.
Well, I was a caretaker here from 1998 to 2000, and I suppose it really started by talking to visitors on tours, and one of the most frequent questions was, would it be possible to ever get this light working again? And I started to think, well, maybe it would, and I said, well, maybe it would. How do you think we would do that? And I had many suggestions from people, and some of whom were engineers, and they thought, well, what would we do about the mercury that's required to turn the lens, and some of these engineers said, well, maybe you could use magnetic levitation or coat it with Teflon. And I said, well, I don't have $1 million to play with, and besides this is a heritage light and I don't think we could muck around with it substantially. And so Ian turned up one morning and we had a look at it and we asked the same question, and I remember Ian's reply, well, I think you just have to put back the mercury.
What we have realised out of this whole relighting and the process is how passionate people are about the lights and the history of the lights. And people have different interests, but overwhelmingly very passionate about operation of the old light. Very excited about it, and that passion extends into the parks people who are very passionate about it and put in a huge effort into other aspects of the restoration, painting of the lantern room, and overall around the site. A lot of work being done by parks people.
We've had to, as you all know, we had to turn that light off to turn this one on, and this one will stay on all night tonight, so that we don't get a ship run aground here. That would be a very bad thing. Feel free to go back up and have another look. Probably best if you have a look from here, and when we turn it on. And then, but when you do go up, we'll probably have to do it in smaller groups, just so it's not so crowded up the top. But the best time to see it's obviously when it's dark. That's why we don't put the light on the light. But yeah, you can have a pay ride. So it's good.
Echo Ian's comments, and it's quite an emotional moment for me, I have to say, here. It's so good to see everyone coming and responding to the invitation, and we certainly hope that this is the beginning of something. I like to think of this as reversing the trend of things that are happening in the world today. Places like this in the past have been shut down, immobilised, but I feel symbolically the relighting of Green Cape is like a little beacon of hope in the world in a general sense, and I'd like to put that proposition to you. Thank you.
Down at the Cape you can hear the night ghosts moan, 'cause without that big light they can't find their way back home. So you can hear them calling, won't you do the right thing please? Light up the big light, light up our path across the sea. Right, light up that lighthouse, let's do it. There, it doesn't look much now, but you've got to stay here till the dark, because it's just fantastic.
We didn't have any doubt it was going to happen because we've done it before, so it's not quite the same thrill as the first time seeing that light on. Crikey, look at that!
Gonna light up that big light tonight. Going down to the lighthouse, gonna light up that big light tonight. Forget about the little one, get bright with the big light tonight. Not long ago, when I was a stranger, well, the captains knew how far to go to keep away from danger. Although those rocks were calling them, the big light shone for miles out to sea. Disaster may won't get me, 'cause I know where I'm supposed to be.
Crikey, look at that.
lonely hour at the turn of the century. Green Cape lit up just like a ghost returning from the sea. Well, there's rings of crystal glass like you have never seen. There's a globe like a bottle, it's a lighthouse keeper's dream. So start it up again to show the oceans where we are. Light up the lighthouse, it can be our landlocked star. Now down at the Cape, you can hear those night ghosts moan. 'Cause without that big light, they can't find their way back home. So start it up again to show the oceans where we are. Won't you light up that big light? You can be our landlocked star. We're at the lighthouse, and we're gonna light up that big light tonight. We're right up here in the lighthouse, and we're gonna light up that big light tonight. Let's forget about the little one and get right with the big light tonight. Go down to the lighthouse, light up that big light.